Welcome back to Let Me Pull Your Coat. This week is Satin Doll, and today we're talking about something a lot of people don't want to admit. Some of you are not getting caught up by accident. You are moving in situations you already know are dangerous. You just think you're the exception. And if you've been watching True Tales from the Let Me Pull Your Coat podcast on YouTube, then you already understand something most people learn too late. Nobody thinks it will fall apart on them until it does. Before we get into this week's questions, go to letmepullyourcoat.com or ogmastersilk.buzzsprout.com and leave a voice message. That's where these real situations come from. Check the Your Post page, read the reviews page, watch the video page, and go to YouTube and subscribe to True Tales from the Let Me Pull Your Coat podcast. Those stories are what happens after the decisions. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, Fanbase, and YouTube. And shout out to everyone supporting us through the Buy Me a Coffee app and Cash app. You are keeping Silk's whiskey glass full and his cigars lit. First, we have Darnell from Haywood, California. He says he's been running multiple women at the same time, keeping everything separate, but recently 2 of them started asking similar questions, and now he feels like everything is about to collapse. Darnell, let me pull your coat. You're not about to lose control. You already lost it. You just haven't felt the impact yet. I've been around that lifestyle. I've seen men juggle situations and believe they were managing everything perfectly. Different phones, different stories, different schedules. But what they never account for is timing. Timing will expose everything. You can lie to people, but you cannot control when the truth lines up. And when it does, everything hits at once. You're not managing relationships, you're managing risk, and risk always catches up. Next, we have Camille from Montreal, Canada. She says she got involved with a married man, thinking she could control the situation, but now his wife is starting to reach out and things are getting uncomfortable. Camille, this is where reality steps in. You thought you were dealing with a man. You were actually dealing with a situation that already existed before you. I've seen women step into situations like this thinking they had leverage, thinking they were the exception, but you're walking into someone else's foundation, and foundations don't move easily. Now you're dealing with emotions, history, and consequences that were already in motion before you showed up. This is not just about him anymore. Now it's about the entire situation you stepped into, and those situations rarely end clean. Now we have Jerome from Baltimore, Maryland. He says he finally left the streets and is trying to live a more stable life, but everything feels slow and he's tempted to go back. Jerome, that feeling right there, that's withdrawal, not from substances, but from a lifestyle. When you've been moving fast, making quick money, living with constant stimulation, normal life feels quiet, too quiet. I went through that myself. When I stepped away from the streets, everything felt unfamiliar. Life was structured, predictable, slow. Silk helped me understand slow does not mean wrong. Slow means stable. The streets give you speed, but they don't give you security. And a lot of people go back, not because they need to, but because they're uncomfortable with peace. Silk showed me that my life was worth more than $100 to $200 a pop. I didn't care if I died at one point. I figured if this trick killed me, oh well. I thought that it was the hand I was dealt. That is, until Silk showed me a way out. Silk always told me that my worst day only lasted 24 hours and that every day above ground is a good day. And he was right. Next, we have Anika from Johannesburg, South Africa. She says she keeps getting involved with men who promise change but never follow through. Anika, you're not dealing with men who don't change. You're dealing with a pattern you keep accepting. I had to face that truth myself. It wasn't that I kept meeting the wrong people. It was that I kept entertaining the same behavior, different faces, same actions. And every time I believed the words instead of watching the actions, I repeated the cycle. People will tell you anything, but behavior, that tells the truth every time. Don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. Now we have Luis from Madrid, Spain. He says he built his lifestyle around appearances, money, and attention, but now feels empty and disconnected from everything. Luis, that's the part nobody talks about. You can build an image and still feel like nothing is real. I've been around people who had everything on the outside, money, attention, status, but no real connection, because everything around them was built on perception, not substance. And after a while, you start to realize you don't even know who's real anymore, because everything is based on what you present, not who you are. That kind of life looks powerful, but it feels empty. Stop accumulating things and focus on accumulating connections. Go out and meet people. Stop staring at your phone because you're missing what's right in front of you. Real life. Here is this week's shout-outs. Shout out to Kendra in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Shout out to Malik in Newark, Delaware. Shout out to Soraya in Casablanca, Morocco. Shout out to June in Seoul, Korea. Shout out to Daniela in Santiago, Chile. Special shout out to everyone signing up for the newsletter this week. We see you, we appreciate you. And a major shout out to everybody supporting us through the Buy Me a Coffee app and Cash app. You are keeping this platform grow and stay consistent. Here is your coat pull of the week. Everybody wants control until they realize control comes with responsibility. You want to move how you want, deal with who you want, do what you want, but you don't want the outcome that comes with it. That's not how life works. Every decision has a consequence, and whether you admit it or not, you already know where your decisions are leading you. You feel it early, you see it in small signs, you recognize it in behavior, but instead of correcting it, you continue, hoping somehow it turns into something else. It doesn't. It just grows into a bigger version of the same problem. And when it finally hits, it doesn't ask you if you're ready. It just shows you the truth all at once. So the real question is not, why did this happen? The real question is, why did you continue when you already knew? That's where your power is, not in reacting to what happened, but in recognizing it early and moving differently. This is Satin Doll. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and leave a review. Go to letmepullyourcoat.com and explore everything. Leave a voicemail, check the Your Post page and the reviews page and video page, and join the newsletter for behind-the-scenes content we can't discuss here. And don't forget to watch True Tales from the Let Me Pull Your Coat podcast on YouTube, because those stories are not only true, but are what happens when people ignore everything we talk about here. Grab the merch, leave a review, and remember this: the game does not destroy people. People destroy themselves trying to control the game. As always, we wish you much love and much respect.